Okay, so it was quite boring looking at holding on XRP. And so, but I said it's worth waiting for because I will say I can predict how the game was going to go. Now, these are things that you may find difficult to really understand, all right, when it has to do with cryptocurrency, all right? If you do not understand the gameplay behind certain project, you may become victim of those projects. And so, that's the good side. And the risky side of it is that very possible that the game may not hold in your favor. And once it didn't hold in your favor, you can lose fortune. And that's the reality. So when I meet people say I lose money, crypto, and all of that, so it's normal in business. And then you can lose and you can make. Okay. So, but good and fine. We fought the fight. And for those of us who held onto our XRP, congratulations. And of course, I think was that was beginning of last month when I was looking at breaking out of this region. And you saw and were able to break out. And that was a phenomenal breakout and retest. And that have been an amazing stuff. Okay. Somebody may be tempted to ask me now, Felix. So from just last month, beginning of last month, right? That's the 15th or so. All right, that's middle or so of November till today. That you have done over 200% of XRP. Yeah. So now, can we do more? Yeah, possible, right? For me, I may not be able to tell us where I expected XRP to get to, so I have to keep that to myself so that you don't put a trigger on my head. But I think XRP, we have to be dining and whining with the movement of Bitcoin because it's highly political, okay? And for such coin, to face so much trouble and struggle and battled, it's just an indication that there are people interest, there were both convergent and divergent interests over the coin. All right. And that's the good side now. So congratulations, those of us who held on to SRP. And so what we had on XRP movement was more political than sentimental than technical, right? So if you are in crypto and you are just being over technical without understanding the fundamentals, you may be disappointed as if your technical does not work. Technical works, but if you are doing technical analysis, you must wake up to reality of, what can happen by the fundamentals. Yeah, so now quickly let's go this week. So we have seen, just like I've said, our target for this guy, DXY. I said my target was first here, 108, 107, 109. That's the ultimate, my direction where I'm waiting for. So what could happen this week for DXY? We have seen a very significant kind of change of kind of directions because we have a high here, and then we have a higher high, and then the same thing, then we are descending out. So the only place that can hold us down, hold us and bounce to our reality of continuing to the up is to bounce from here, 105. So yes, there's still hope here, 104, but I don't, because naturally, those of us who trade currencies and all of that, I always want, once we get to November, December, January, February, you should be very careful because liquidity can be very scanty in the market. And so you can have a very nice setup, but you may be disappointed on that setup eventually because there will not be volume to actually actualize that your setup. And so that's what you want to be very careful about. So now I've said, so if you break out of this point again, that give us favor, all right? If you have been following analysis on, the market, the DXY and all of that, you agree that, okay, if we're going to have a bounce from that region, then that means you are looking for some kind of rejection for Euro USD, probably this week at this point, right? That's 1.0675 for in our region, and then we continue to sell down. But if we break all right, if we cannot bounce on DXY this week, then, and we're able to rally up to take out over this and jump up this, then there will be sluggish movement upward for Euro USD. So that means for everyone who is trading on Euro USD, want to find some kind of buy and selling opportunity, even though maybe like some higher sideways, but would be pushing on to be upside, as it were. So, but you have to look at where is this? Okay, you have to look at DXY breaking down from here. If you have a bounce from here for DXY, then you're going to have the euro now continuing the downward journey, and then you want to continue to sell down for DXY, Euro USD. Outside that, then you continue to have some buying opportunity, maybe US Kappa, right? So we have this guy was a very big turmoil because this was my ultimate target for GBP, JPY, but unfortunately we saw what happened and could not rally it up. But it's at a point again now that we could have a rebalance. But not having a rebalance here, then that's a sellout for GBP, JPY. I'm not going to dwell so much. Now, gold, my lovely instrument, my best traded instrument. We saw what happened last week and massive move up. I think I took gold from I think 2585 region was where I took gold from. Yeah, so buy and sell some and all of that. So until we had this very massive, this looked like very just massive pullback. I got a bounce, all right, uh for gold. And so if DXY to continue to go down before have a bounce, then you can have gold opening tonight and then a little retracement and we continue the up journey. But we have to be very careful. If you continue up journey without taking out this, then the massive dropping of gold returning back to this point, 2486, may be very, very possible for this month of December. Okay, so you have to be very careful when you are trading. Now, the advice or the counsel I can give to people trading gold this season, you have to locate gold at a lower time frame. Okay, you probably may not be able to have a swing opportunity for gold right now, so you have to find a way around to return down to a lower time frame. For instance, 5 minute, 15 minute, or even 1 minute time frame for scalper. Then you can find buy and selling opportunity for gold. That's the only thing I can advise, because as it is, gold can sell out any point, and so but we have a rejection up, then you'll be seeing some massive sell pressure for gold. So, but opening today, so little rally down, perhaps maybe here, 2642 region, and then in an bounce, or if you're going to continue downward, 2660 that it came from, and then return down for us going downward. So it will be very, very more fantastic for you to find buy and selling opportunity in gold with 15-minute time frame, and of course 5-minute time frame, even 1-minute time frame, depending on how effective you are in using the right tool to look at the market. So now looking at Bitcoin, now this is the interest on Bitcoin is this. Okay, you can see I have a long position on Bitcoin that's still standing. All right. I have a long position in Bitcoin that's still standing. If I go to 1 hour, you're gonna see that. Yeah, so I have a long position that's still standing, even though I've taken some profits. I remember this was sent on our forum last week. Was it last week? Let me check if you're in private mentorship. Let me quickly check. Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin futures. Sorry. Bitcoin. I think here is it. No. I'm coming. Yeah, here is it. Okay, yeah. So look at it. That was on the 27th. Okay. Look at it. on the 27th. Yeah, so here is it on the 27th. Okay. This was on the 27th when the signal was sent for Bitcoin. Sorry. Let me just take it up. We'll see this. Okay. I'm sure we can see that. So one of the things is this, when it has to do with Bitcoin, you do not need to be overwhelmed by the journey because Bitcoin is still on the up move. Though everything Bitcoin is doing for me now, the movement in Bitcoin, that upward move of Bitcoin for me now. Recording in progress. Okay, so the movement Bitcoin is doing for me now, it's what we call it in Africa, Jara, So it's an addition, right? So and I said my bonus place for Bitcoin for me was $110. Yeah, so because what my target 79 and 90,000, I said the bonus is $110,000. Now, does that mean Bitcoin cannot cross $110,000? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this, ultimately. But are there chances that Bitcoin will cross that $110,000? Yes, possible. Very, very much possible. Especially, we've not gotten to a point where the market is heavily controlled by, all of those kind of factors that are highly fundamentals. So now what do we expect in Bitcoin this week? For me, um, for us to continue more parabolic move for Bitcoin to get up to 107,000 this week, we have to take out this high of that 99 point something or less than 100,000. Then we can be looking at Bitcoin at 106 to 107,000. But outside that, I beg to tell you that Bitcoin will may continue to have this sideways move of from 100,099 down to these $93,000. Just like the range we had here, that time that was so boring, a lot of people were tired, right? Right? So we could continue to have similar kind of journey. And sometime I was not too comfortable when Bitcoin refuses close this gap down to $73,000, but that's not an issue. These are impending massive move when we go bearish. And that's where people don't take, they probably wouldn't have taken any profit on the top. And little do they know before saying taking some profit, Bitcoin have come to their leg. And that's one of the things. So what I expect is Bitcoin is able to take out this high this week, then we can target to get to 106, $107,000. Now, so before of course, we are going towards Christmas, holidays, then Chinese holidays in January and all of that for us to have a decent pullback. And then before we have the last leg up to the $110,000. Yeah, some say 130, 150 was possible. 200,000, very possible. But I really love to always be considerate. Now, why are many persons say, okay, 200,000? Yeah, because the sentiment is very high and highly bullish, and that could happen. But we have to be very, very conservative because you get too much hope about this kind of journey and it will take you on our way. So for me, this week, unless we cross this 100K and then have a kind of retest there, if not, I'll bet to tell you that we're going to be ranging from, that 98, 99,000 and coming down to 93,000. So the same style principle you apply to gold may be what to apply, especially those of you who are day traders. All right. So those of you who are not day traders, you bought Bitcoin before now. So you don't bother, just allow it to be, right? That's one of the things you need to understand. So outside that, you probably want to go to a lower time frame to be finding a buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high for your Bitcoin. All right. But so either Bitcoin get that rally or not. So the sentiment on XRP will continue. Okay, that's the truth. So the sentiment on XRP will continue going parabolic. And so that's exactly okay. Now, we had almost 2.2, just like now we were at 2.1, 1.9. Yeah, this evening we're at 1.9 something. Yeah, 1.9. Yeah, it came down to 1.85 or something. So now you have a 2.2 already. Good. That's fantastic. So the sentiment continued very bullish. This is abnormal market. So just understand. Now some say, can I buy now? Well, I'm not saying you cannot buy now, but you rather will look for another opportunity because I don't know how many percentage. So assuming XRP to take out the all-time high this year before we get to the top of the roof for next year. So how many percentage will you do? $3.4 thereabout. So let's look at it here. So 55%. So would you rather want to buy something on 55% target and then maybe if it's going to pull back to something here, let's look at it. So something $1.6, right? Or 1 point, so 1.2, okay? So probably you want to wait, all right, to find a good buy opportunity. Well, I'm not doing this for just because some of you will be watching. I always tell people that it's always good because if you're an investor, you rather want to see, right, as an investor, you rather want to see a good entry point to buy and hold some asset and make a lot of money as the asset continue to move, right? All right. So that's one of the things you want to understand. So say, oh, can I buy here? 55% is your target. Well, and why targeting 55% and then retrace back by maybe 30%, then you are not going to be waiting and all of that. So it's better you wait for it to a very nice pullback, right? Or never pull back, then you forget about it. But so I will always say congratulations to people who obey simple instructions in following the updates about XRP from the one and all of that. Okay. So Bitcoin, you probably want to be buying low, sell high within this period. So we're looking, expecting some kind of sideways move. And so now one thing you need to understand is if Bitcoin is having a sideways move, better for us. You know why? That's going to give us opportunity to find some of those low cap tokens. Exactly those tokens you guys have forgotten, things like uh, okay, ZEC has actually done massively well within few days or something. Yeah, so it has tried something like ZEC, something like ENJ. Okay. There's some of those coins that were literally almost forgotten. All right. So ENJ, can you see? So ENJ. Now you ask me, Feli, are you asking me to buy? Well, maybe no. But you have to check what narrative. So if I'm targeting $100 and all of that, I would rather want to go to some forgotten altcoins. There's so many altcoins that people have actually forgotten that they probably don't even know that they exist and all. Okay, XRP, I think it's trying to pull back now. 2.13, 2.12. So okay, so that's one of the things you need to understand. So for me, this week, having Bitcoin sideways move is going to give me an ample opportunity to buy into some altcoins and even some meme coins. All right. So rather than chasing Bitcoin or XRP at this time, or rather you go back to check some other altcoins that we have traded before. So I probably wouldn't have that time now to bring them up as it were. Okay. So I'm sorry. Sorry about that. I think there was a power outage, and so apology for that. Okay. So, like I was saying, that I would rather want to go for some of those altcoins. The Bitcoin can help us to maintain some kind of sideways move, and that's going to be very, very promising. And some of those altcoins or meme coins will help us to move well. There are a few coins I was telling some of our. So this coin have been maintaining some kind of hypes, and then yet going sideways. For me, I think we bought a few of them, and I probably think that this guy been on this maybe for a while, may take some days sideways. And that was a coin that was average of about 20 something million cap before. And so it may not be a bad idea that this guy could rally back up to 300%. And so if you're going to go towards the all-time high, so you can target about 400 to 500% on the token. And so I'm not sure it's a bad deal, right? To probably get it. Yeah, because we have this. And so getting back here, so 200, minimum of 200. So for me, this type of token, I'm not asking you to buy too much, but just few, and then maybe few dollars, or depending on how much you have capacity to do. And now, so the best I can do is to like, okay, very simple. What should I do? I just copy the contract address. Those of you who are very new to the market, so I just copy the contract address here, right? And I go to my Trojan boat. If you don't understand what Trojan boat is, probably let me just show something if I can do that right now. So if you don't understand what Trojan boat is all about, um, I use both a lot, okay, in all my activities, because I don't have time to do everything, right? So I don't know why I would tell myself not to make use of both when I know that it's going to help me to reduce stress. Because the truth of the matter is that if everything you're doing, you don't understand the power of leverage, right? So you're going to work yourself out, okay? So now this is Trojan boat, okay? So here is Trojan boat. So assuming there's enough money, I just paste this, and then you see it's telling me insufficient funds. So I'm sure those of you who have been with us in Plan B, you've been following, you can use Trojan boat to do the needful. And so the only thing I would do is to go to my settings, and I can put in badge by badge. So I don't need to be there. Also badge by badge of percentages, right? So perhaps going to my Trojan board, right? And then go to my settings, right? And so getting to my settings. So I'm going to go to like cell settings, right? All right. And then, so I'm going to say a month. Okay. So edit for whatever, okay? And then so I could come back to auto sell like this, okay? I was saying active, yada yada yada. So I probably wouldn't have the time. Change the value of the sell amount and all of that. Okay. I'm gonna go back to do my settings. Let's go here first. Okay, yeah, say cool. So can sell amount in batches, okay? So perhaps a okay, yeah, say 40%. So slippage, sometime if it's not a new coin, this is not a new coin, I could set my slippage to 10% rather than 15%. All right. So, and I will set other things. There are other things you can set. All right, okay. I'm sorry. So here, gonna put me an order, swap, limit, and then put in how much I want to on my wallet, depending. So I can actually set different wallet. So like go to order and then put in the amount, right? So say this, can you see now? So I put it so let's say 40%, right? So on a month, okay? 40% a month. And when the market is on 100, I've done 100%, okay? So 40% TP, I'm sorry. And so I'll say 40% of my asset rather, right? Here, TP, when guys 100%, okay? And I go here this way. And what? Add order, you get it? So here, so when the market has done 200%, so sell another 40%, all right? 40%. Okay, then, right? So I add another order. So these I can be very funny. I can say, so depending on the coin, because it's on a new coin. So probably because if I'm expecting like 500, 600% on this guy now. So when this 100%, so I can be very funny here. And I said, sell 10%. Okay. 40, 40, 10, that's 90. So I still add again. So there you go. I can put in 5,000%. Okay. You get it? So 5,000%. And there you could put 10%. Okay. That's the last 10%. All right. I'll set it that way. So I'm good. Right. And then probably I could go to the slippage and change to 10 if it's a new coin I'm doing. Right. Doing that. Yeah. So, all right. So swap. So if I want to do sell limit, I can put sell limit and then, right? And then the same way if I want to buy, can DCA. So virtually everything you do, yeah, on your normal centralized trading platform, you can be done on this kind of boat and all of that. So it's amazing. And that's one of the lovely things you probably will have. So then last thing I will just explain to us, those of you who have not started using, well, I wouldn't say it's a must, but Robotic is quite fantastic. For me, like in crypto, I've been using a bot called Three Commas for the past 7 good years. Yeah, you hear me right. And it has been highly profitable for me. That's the truth, right? Was it last year? We subscribed, and I'm sure the worst mistake Three Commas we ever made. Maybe they never thought people were going to take advantage of the promo that time, and Three Commas introduced a promo of $1,500 for 10 years membership, and few of us picked it. And when we calculated 10 years of 1.5, that's $150 per year. So we are on a full utilization. So that's one of the lovely things. And up to now, why I still see, I'm not being paid to advertise. So I'm not, it's not a sponsor stuff. So, but what I've used and I can testify. One of the lovely thing about free commerce is that I could use it to accumulate coin, and that's no. So I would take profit in base instead of quote if it's a coin I love to accumulate. And so that's why I can easily recommend for any serious-minded business person who want to really build wealth in the crypto space and want to trade, all right, building wealth and trading in crypto space without too much stress, then um Three Commas or Robotic can be recommended. And let me quickly just disabuse our mind. Some of us that have been introduced to robotic softwares. And when we just come, we see people doing massive profits. Oh, I want to do like this. Now, recently now we're using a robot that we can said it's a lot very simple for anyone to use, right? And this bot is called U-Trading. Now, what I told people is that I've seen a lot of people when they come, first thing you need in any environment you find yourself, especially in this crypto, knowledge base of how to maximize those platforms. Don't rush to want to make money. All right? Yeah, we're going to make money, but don't rush to want to make money. Settle down to understand how it works and how you can maximize and explore some of those opportunities. Those are the things that I always let people know. You come in, explore such environment properly and how to maximize such platform. Now, with some, hidden strategy is going to help you. And that's on that note, when I recommended to a lot of people to use the softwares, many do not understand why, because I sat down and I could see that I could leverage while I'm busy doing what I'm doing. I could have a system or a robot that's going to be doing its own job without me being there, although I will have to do supervisory work. So my supervision work is I need to just come, check the settings and all of that. And and I think I will use this medium to like let some people know. Those of us who are using the automated, you cannot quantify the automated result to some of us who set manual both. Let me tell us, when I'm using automated bots, is that it's going to be gradual, but I can tell you slow is fast and fast is slow. For instance, if I'm using automated bot, now the bot will be following trend and be buying to buy low, sell high. And that's why, please, I'll use this medium to tell you that those of us who want to use automated, for now that we're actually ascending, right? We're in a bull market, bull run. Now, let's use XRP as an example. Those of us using automated, if you use automated futures, you discover that the profit on the futures is lesser than the profit on spot. And I will explain why. Now, the future, and I haven't known that the robot is fantastic, it's amazing. I will lie to you. Now, if the robot is trading spot, see what happened. Look at spot. The robot will buy here, buy low, sell high, buy again, sell high, buy again, sell high. And if it's DCA, buy low, sell high, and you have another 2, 3 orders below. Market pullback, buy more. You get it? And sell high. That is DCA, dollar cost average. Then after sell that, buy that single, sell it again, buy that single, market pullback, add more order that was set, then sell high. So you're going to see that slow is fast. So it's going gradual, but because the market trend is upward, then you're going to make more money on the automated spot than futures. Why? In the futures automated, now it has long, call it long, and to take profit up, right? And then the market move again, is looking for some short. So look, imagine XRP. Imagine XRP here, the XRP got here, your both have short and want to take profit here. Unfortunately, the market never go down there and continue to go up. Now you're going to be in a big drawdown at that time because the market is going on. And the boat, of course, may not want to establish another buy and then it will now be pending. Do you get it now? So with that, the market favor one direction move right now. And so if the market is doing short, long, may be stuck at a point. But when you are doing futures, I will always advise to go with the manual. Manual means not that you're the one trading, but manual means, because automated means, let me just quickly show example of what I'm trying to explain on this U trading board. Okay, so let's go just a moment. Okay. Okay, so now this is what I was trying to explain. This is both now automated, and so this is automated, okay? So this automated, you see, all right? So this automated, you see this sport. This is the one I was saying. Now, futures yes, not that it's not good, but I don't recommend that for now, right? Because the market is trending up. So definitely the boat's going to be doing buy, sell, buy, sell. Do you understand? So if it's doing that, then you're going to have some temporal pending loss. So for automated, maybe some persons have you activate your robot and you fund your account. So guys, you can see XRP, I told you, is pulling back now. It's about $2 now, right? So imagine if you want to rush to buy. Okay. So now automated is running, right? Then the what we call about manual is here. So on that note, on manual, so assuming I want to trade XRP, right? So, and I go to manual, right? I'm going to look for XRP, okay? So here is XRP, all right? And I want to long, depending on what market condition, right? So I want to long, and I face it. Now, because listen, when market is volatile, as a trader, you may not, your scalping may favor you, right? So when market is heavily volatile, so your scalping, that's to say, lower time frame, yes, get direction of the market for higher time frame, and then lower time frame, you always find an opportunity. So now let me say I want to long XRP right now. So if I want to long XRP, so I put it this way. I'm not going to explain so much thing about this now. It's just for example, right? So I'm going to go to like my leverage. Yeah, so good. I'm gonna use yeah, so don't mind me. Okay. So here I go. So yeah, I'm gonna use just one single. Yeah, so here I go. 50, no. 300. Yeah, no, let's say 500. 200. Yeah, something like this. So okay, so here I go. So I go here and say take profit. This one, this one, price gap, because this is massive hope. This I'm doing is actually wrong right now. So I'm gonna put it like 9%, right? Coverage 0. Take profit, probably say 2%. Yeah. This one, 0. Yeah, ceiling price doesn't matter. Because I'm not actually going there. Okay, so now, ordinarily, when you're doing this, because now if I show you on the chart, you're going to see something. If I'm scalping, I will have done so. Let me just launch. Okay, so we can go to the chart. Now I've launched, right? Now, if I go to the chart, I probably must have entered. So let's look at XRP. Where are you? Okay, so you can see I'm in some minus already. Can you see? About $1.84 floating loss. That's 0.44, right? Floating loss. Now here we go. Now, so let me just stop sharing here. Okay, so now let's go to the chart. You're going to see something now. Let's go to the chart and look at XRP. So you perhaps, so now you can see XRP, right? Now, so why I said manual robot setting for future, because of the conditions of the market, be more favorable on your manual spot than the automated. So if I go to me that was on drawdown just now, if I go there right now, I probably will have been, maybe the drawdown may not be too big. Okay, I'm already in profit back. Okay, assuming I'm just targeting 0.5%. Let me just show you guys. Assuming I'm targeting 0.5%. Here we go. Just both I set now. Yeah, there we go here. There we go here, and there we go here. Because those things that the bots are going to be doing, I may not have that energy. Okay. Here you see now. Can you see? So it's already 0.4%. Now, we're in 0.42 or 45% just now. Now, we're positive of 0.40%. That's about $1.68. So if the guy move up, okay, now, if I refresh now, it's going to be negative again. Because the market, this guy is actually going to correct back, if care is not taken, correct back to 1.95 I told you guys. And now, if you look at it from that 1.95 or even 1.92 to this massive up it did, it's about 14%, guys, right? So if I refresh, let's refresh, we're going to be negative. Let's look at it. Good. Yeah, so we're negative. So look at this, we're negative $1.041, right? That's one of the things. So now, if you're using automated futures, you can be pending, not being profit, right? So if I go back now, we're going to be in profit. So, all right, because now, so why this season, right? Why this season will favor you to do the manual setting, because you can always come back, readjust, all right? So assuming I was ready to be in the market, right? As at the time for today, yeah. So perhaps I will have been on XRP. I haven't noticed the kind of move it wanted to move, and then perhaps been a cycle about 15%. So with that, I can do cycle. You probably, some of you will not understand what cycle. I can do cycle 1%. And now, so when I come 1%, so in this 15%, because intermittently 1%. So let's say it must have entered market like 8 times and take the profit accordingly, right? And then if I notice the volatile market that way, I will not set my price gap to be too wide. I haven't known that the market is the direction it's going to. And I will have been able to DCA to add more position for me. And so when I come, I will just say, okay, the one you have done, assuming like this, the one it has done, I will say, okay, enough for the day. So perhaps it will have closed trade of, let's say, 1 or 2%. So 1 or 2%, like 2%, that's 50x, 2% is 100%, right? So 100%, so let's say what I'm exposing to the market per time is $50. So 100% of $50 is $50. So, and it did that for like 8 times. So that's $50 times 8. That's going to be how much? $400, right? If I'm not mistaken, $400. And so depending on your capital, so please be careful. So you will just say, oh, $400 is done by this boat, right? Why the automated probably will still be struggling with a particular short it short at a given time. Do you understand? So because if we go back now to the boat now, you'll discover that it will be running on profit again, right? And that's why we set short target price profit, so that you can always, so look at, we're negative previously, right? Negative. So let's go back, let's refresh it. Okay, so now we're $2 profit, right? We're $2.19 profit, which is about 0.52%. And remember, we put 2%. So if we're in 0.5 and we have $2, so if we get to 1%, we're going to have $4. And then if we go to, okay, so if I refresh, we're going to see more than that right now. Let's look at it. Yeah, so we're in $5 profit already. That's 1.34. And remember, I put 2%, right? So by the time you get to 2%, very possible that it could be $7 or $8, depending, I wouldn't know. Because I used it 50x. Okay, I used 50x. So 50x. So let's look at it. Oh my word. Okay, yeah. So it's okay. So it has retraced a little. So, but the moment it gets to 2%, will have been 100% of probably $8 that was, exposed to the market, then it will do $8 profit. That's as simple as that. Okay. Those are the things that we're explaining why the boat, it's for you to just utilize it to maximize, everything around the boat, and then let the boat work for you. And but one other thing again, I always tell people is that That you have a tool is not enough. You need to have the best strategy that's going to maximize everything around the tool. So those are the things. Like example, I knew people who were using trade commerce with me over 7 years. Some people about 5 years ago. Some people about 4 years ago. Now they weren't using it again. You know why? They were not ready to learn the strategy. Okay, so you can have $5,000 in your equity trading, and I will have $500. Do you know that I can make more money than you every day on the same boat? Yeah. So you have $5,000, but you do not have the right strategy. As effective as the boat is, you will not make profit up to somebody with $1,000. That's what I want you guys to know. Okay? You will not make profit up to the person who will just have $1,000 because what win is strategy, right? It's not enough to have the tool, right? It's important to have right strategy. So with a strategy, I'll make more money than you, and then you have enough money, but you don't have the right strategy. You don't have enough strategy. So strategy is what killed the market for you. Okay? So we have a lot of things. So then I'm sure Black Friday of some of those opportunity we have, I don't know, maybe it was extended. I would check for like Ask X if it was extended and some other Black Friday probably that was extended. But I think 10 trade was extended till tomorrow. And so if you're on our forum for some of those Black Friday, you could check if they're still on. So ladies and gentlemen, that's how we're going to go tonight. I don't know. Yeah. So those of you who are investing in different platforms, please, how do you invest in crypto? Number one, you come into crypto, get to understand basics. And basics are basically to have wallet, to have exchange, you want to trade Forex, to have brokers, mentor platform, which is like MT4, MT5, Trade Locker. So I use Trade Locker on some of my brokers, right? Then basic education. Now, basic education for you to know how to navigate. Let me tell us, time is going to be more very glorious, right? But it's going to be more difficult. Like I told us before now that knowledge is going to be changing every 12 hours. Now, it's going to get more complex for people who haven't known the basics. Now, for people who have known basic and never add more knowledge, it's still going to go be complex for them. But people who know basic and help themselves to upgrade their knowledge is going to be very amazing for them. And that's why I tell friends, and I said, I, Felix, I'm a live student when it has to do with this opportunity. I must tell us. And now, every time I tell you that crypto is spiritual, many of you do not understand. Maybe you're trying to say, oh, this guy want me to come and worship in his church. No, crypto is spiritual because spirituality is personal. So that means you maintain cordial relationship with God and it gives you inspiration. Now, I tell you, sometimes I do some technical analysis. If you look at it technically, it's not correct. But maybe somewhere, somehow, I have been commune with my God and tell me, hey, son, this is not correct. Do it this way, do it this way. And then, PM, everything is cool. So that's why I always tell people be personal. Everything you're doing be personal. So this bull run, we're still on, right? We're still on. We'll be announcing it for long. That's going to be the mother of all bull run. And you guys can testify, see what's happening right now. And so after now, it's gonna go back to how skillful you are. Because right now, anybody can make profit. That's the truth. Okay, imagine trader just enter now and it's already running on, you know, I put in $8, right? Something like that, and it's already running on $6. All right. So if I put in $100, so $8 running on these, that's almost about let's 60 to 70%. All right. So 60 to 70% of $100 will have been $60, $70, right? Because it's the season. And that's one of the things you probably need to understand. So learning this is important for you to acquire the right knowledge, then have access to information. There are platforms for information. You have access to them, then you are good. So buy and hold is the first thing we recommend. Secondly, you have platforms, you can stake some tokens. You stake, then you want to build career to trade. Trading is like a career. So you have to build yourself. However, there are trading you do. It's just like, okay, you are not a full-time trader, yet you can trade. And that's one of the things. But if I have to do a day trader, you have to build it like a career. You're a swing trader, position trader, yeah, fine. Just guided information, you're good to go. Then you want to do, affiliate marketing in the space, why not? You can make a lot of money. So three things that are very, very sacrosanct. In this space, investing, buy and hold, staking, farming is investing. Then trading, of course, futures, sport, forex, synthetics, different stuff. Now, trading, then marketing. Some of you are doing airdrop. So most of those airdrop are using marketing strategy. Announce our platform on your social media, on your TikTok, on your Twitter, on your Telegram, and all of that. And you are giving airdrop of this is marketing. All right. So marketing is not a bad deal, but what you market is what matters. So a lot of us, you're marketing and you're not marketing good product. But people have bad product that are doing marketing. So how much more you that have good product? So thank you, everyone. Please, let's enjoy ourselves. The market is what it is. We're still going up. Like I said, Bitcoin probably can have a sideways move, gold sideways move and drop down. So you want to trade this week, you probably have to go to a low time frame, having, map out your long-term a higher time frame to see the direction of the market. Boom, go down to a lower time frame to trade. Meme coins are still going to be blossom, making a lot of things. So the coin I sent, okay, the contract address of that coin, I'm going to send it right now. If you are not on our Telegram group, try and be there. So the contract address of this token, I just share with us. Okay, so guys, let's look at the XRP. Probably must have even finished taking profits. Let's see. Somebody will say, is that how easy it is? No, that's not how easy it is. So, but it can be easy, okay? So most time you get some demonstration, it like a magic, and you now think that's how it is. That's not how it is. Okay, so let anybody. Okay, that trade is still running. Okay, it's still running, and so I think it's struggling to get on and all of that. So many will tell me, so trading is like this, it's so cheap, it's so easy. May not be too easy that way. So I'm going to send the contract address of that token probably this week if I have enough time. I'll check some of those tokens that have moved very well for us on private mentorship, and I will send to some of us on the general group. So here is this. Where is this? Copy the contract address. So I'm posting the contract address on the Telegram group. That's the free general Telegram group, cash flow system. So if you are listening to me and you are not on the general Telegram group, you can ask the person who invited you to add you or request. If you're on the WhatsApp, you can request I will add you to the Telegram group. So I posted it already on the contract address and all of that. Remember, when it has to do with meme coin, you don't use all your money. You just put little as easy as possible, and so that you won't have issues when some of those markets actually rock pull. Okay, I think somebody's asking, is there any update on Troll Lending? In reality, I was chatting with AI robots, not the developer, yesterday night, and they were telling me I need to, what do they say? I need to recharge. So recharge. Uh, so if I have an amount in my LP, they say call it a LP asset. So LP asset, I think, is the one we have lended before, and then I need to recharge. So I was still asking, what's that recharge? Is it in form of bringing in new money to now be able to have access to the other one? And the AI support say yes. So I'm still waiting on the developer to give me update. Is it true that I have to put in another new money? And what's my hope of putting new money if the old one cannot be unfrozen for me? Because they have done the migration, and what we expected on the migration was that after the migration, all the asset on the old platform is supposed to be transferred into the new one. So I'm still waiting on the developer. But the chat response I got from the AI support was that I have to recharge before I can be collecting the old money that was locked into my platform. And I said, why is this so? He said, because he explained one or two things, but for me, I think I'm chatting with the program, just like you are chatting in ChatGPT. So, but for developer, I didn't get any update. They said they have a kind of a global call, was it last week? But I was not free to have able to check. So let's watch what happened tomorrow. I'll see chat with them to know. But in all honesty, I was not getting any positive response from the developers. Okay. Yeah, so think everyone to have a nice enjoy your Sunday. Sorry, your night is gonna be sweet. And let's build up, let's make money and help yourself as much as you can because the space is lovely unless you're not ready to pick or follow simple instruction. The space is lovely and I really enjoy it because of the freedom. Okay, guys. Okay, let me just show you guys. The XRP is done. So as fast as possible. Let's look at it. The XRP is done. I think I've not seen the trade again. And please, those of us who I think I would use this avenue. Please let me beg us, those of us who are on our forum and haven't understood basics, please go and enroll in our basic class. We are basic remedial courses, right? We are basic remedial courses. Okay, guys, can you see now? Okay, as if I knew that it was around $8 that was projected in today. Look at it. This is $8 already. Here you see. Look at it. This is $8 already made. That's 1.99%. So $8 already made. That's what it means. That's a boat that I don't even have time to set on it and all of that. These are kind of $100, and I do not even have enough time, right, to face it. But so if you go back now, you're going to see that maybe it's only this set now. Look at the profit. Okay, so look at 8 point, oh my God. Okay, today. Okay, so 8.399. That's just that trade alone. And then 1.6 on spot and all of that. Okay, so these are kind of $100. I think I'll spend 1 month. Yeah, that has spent 1 month or so. And it's a kind of $100. And so it has done $200 profit, right? Not automated, but manual. Anytime I have, remember to set, there's some that are just running perpetually. And if you want to see that, if I go to Robot, and you see a particular one is having a drawdown, but if we check the drawdown, like Doge is having a drawdown of $20. But what it has made, only Doge has made $102 for this robot, okay? So if you are in our community and you do not understand basic, first, I will always advise us, go back and enroll in basic remedial. I think our basic remedial is $150. You can enroll there. Then if you have basic understanding, you know how to, you understand some of those basic, how to navigate, go to exchange and all of that, then to be recommended for you to go for maybe market entry and exit. Now listen, market entry and exit, we did a promo, just finished. Market entry and exit is $500. Now, when we did the promo, it was $100. So it's $500. You want to go in there. You have access to training to yourself, discipline yourself to learn it and all of that. You want to go more committedly to be very serious, cover everything. Then you have to go to private mentorship. Private mentorship is $5,000 once in a lifetime. Virtually everything we do in PlanB, you have access to it if you're in private mentorship. Now we just finished Black Friday of private mentorship. And how much was that? Instead of $5,000, 70% off, which means 70% off is $3,000, $3,500 off. So you were to pay $1,500. Wow, it's over. It's not available any longer. And then, many of those things like that. So why am I saying this? Because listen, why I'm saying all of this is that a time is going to come, it's going to be tougher than now. Let me tell you why it's going to be tougher than now. There are going to be policies that will be set, and most of us who are online, I always tell friends, I said, I mean more productive people online. So a time will come, most persons will not be interested in coaching you offline. No. And if they are going to do, it's going to cost you so much because professionally, the person will say, pay my consultancy, fly me. He will only use 1 or 2 days with you. You pay for hotel accommodation, you pay virtually everything because it's not going to be convenient for him. In all reality, if I'm trading, I make more money than when I'm training. How much am I going to make in training? But it's just to fulfill and give back to humanity, right? And to just what God has helped us to do, we need to give it out as like gospel of Christ. Okay. And so that's one of the things I want to let us know. Anything you want to learn better so that you get the right foundation and then you can build on that foundation. You know, the scriptures say, if that foundation being destroyed, what can then the right? So that means there is an emphasis on foundation and then you can actually build on it. And in the type of foundation you lay, that will determine the type of building you will have on it. To be very candid. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that's what I would tell us on the platform. Pay attention to information on time, pick it. If you do not understand, ask questions and you can be good. All right. And somebody say, okay, somebody say, good evening, please subscribe for the 500 automated on you trading. But I noticed trading with all the money I have in my spot. Please, why is it like that? You have given any five. It's okay. Somebody say, subscribe for 500 automated spots on you trading. And I noticed it's trading with all the money I have in my spot. Yeah, there's a clause you didn't check. There was a clause you never check. When you are subscribing for it, it told you that when we are buying and selling and there is USDT insufficient, do you allow us to pick part of the money as far as money is in that account? You click yes, but you didn't read it because it's going to ask you, right? And so once that's happening, and it's to your own advantage because sometimes you have bought some tokens and then you saw another opportunity to still buy, then you continue to trade. That's the advantage sometimes many of us do not know. And that's why I recommend the spot, because if it's futures, sometimes it's short and the market is going up. At this season for me, for this season we are till we finish bull run, I've told us finishing bull run till next year, 2025, maybe from July, August, September, or even extended to November of next year, is an uptrend. So anything uptrend, what support it, unless the one you are going to be managing, what support it is buy low, sell high, that will give you the right support. So you'll be shocked that your automated in spot is making more money than future because there are some short the boat will take, it will be stocked. Unless and later when market pull back massively before those one will be in profit. So any fund you have on the spot is going to be utilized to trade. So eventually you discover that after the 30 days or 90 days of your assignment, you will have made more than what you expected because it's going to utilize the whole money there. So in a nutshell, the $500 you thought you actually apply, that means you're going to be trading more than that. Remember again, since trading is making profit. And so you're going to be trading like compound interest continually until the contract is expired. I hope it's clear for you. Okay, so guys, do have a nice day. Enjoy yourself. Sweet dream. Bye-bye.